Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine and I have a chalk drawing to share with you today. This is for our Ibn Battuta and North Africa main lesson block, and I was kind of debating on what kind of chalk drawing I should do for this unit, and I ended up choosing a map of North Africa since Ibn Battuta was traveling from North Africa all the way across Arabia and into India, and I thought a map would be a really good choice. However, I ended up changing my mind and I'm really glad I did. First, let me share with you the chalks that we're using for this project. These are Sargent Art Square Chalk Pastels. I really like them. This book is called The Traveling Man, and as I was flipping through this book, there was this image of this blue ocean and this red sail and a boat that really captivated me. I decided to do that one instead. I'm super pleased with the way it turned out, and it's just really captures the whole essence of travel, in my opinion. So I'm working on a chalkboard that's about 2 feet by 3 feet. They are available at Waldorf Supplies, Paper, Scissors, Stones. I really like these smaller chalkboards. Now I say smaller because I have a large chalkboard in our homeschool room that measures 4 feet by 6 feet, and while it is a slate chalkboard, over the years it's gotten a little bit smooth, and I'm really pleased with these smaller chalkboards because the texture is just right to get a good base layer of chalk and then chalk over it in order to blend. So I'm really happy doing these chalk drawings on these new chalkboards. So I'm doing a little image, or a little scene rather, in the background of this chalk drawing. When you're working with chalks, you can actually pretty much do any part of the chalk drawing first or last, because you can easily erase and do your chalk over an existing color without too much problem. But I did want to do the background first because it seemed like some of those images and those different trees might look better if I got them positioned and the size correct in the background before working on the boat in the foreground. So I've got this gorgeous red sail, which really is what captured my attention on this drawing, this painting, because a lot of times when we are doing our chalk drawings, especially if we're doing like a map or a landscape, we can end up with some really basic colors, blue, brown, and green. And while there are those colors in this chalk drawing, I really love the pop of red. I think it adds a lot of energy to this chalk drawing and also kind of lends itself to the whole idea of travel and exploration and just kind of the excitement of that. So once I get the boat pretty much in place, it's time to draw some people. These don't represent any particular people, even though these are the travels of Ibn Battuta. And there were more actually in the painting, but I decided just to put 2. I really struggle with drawing people. In fact, the people in the background are pretty much just stick figures. But I liked having these 2 people in the boat. I liked having it look like the wind was kind of blowing the sail and blowing their clothing. It really gives it a lot of movement. And then the last thing to give it even more movement is to add more color to those waves. And I think I probably added a little bit too much. I think it would have probably looked a little bit better if it was just plain blue without so much light blue and like little waves and some foam here and there. One thing that really brings the whole image together in the end is a border, which really frames the whole picture, and also using black in order to outline, to give depth and detail, and some shadowing is another thing that I like to do on occasion, just to kind of make some of those things pop and really allow some of those parts just to come through and really kind of accentuate some of those details. So this is what it looks like in the end. I am really pleased with the way it turned out. Adds a lot to our homeschool room while we're doing these lessons to have this chalkboard drawing as inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see some of the other tutorials in our Ibn Battuta and North Africa main lesson block, you can tap on the screen right now. You can find that link down in the description box below. Don't forget to check out the blog post that accompanies this video for more tutorials and information. That link is in the description box below. And if you'd like to see how our homeschool is progressing on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram at Pepper and Pine.